Okay, we're good.
All right, I'm like waiting. I'm like, yeah.
We're good.
All right. The time is
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. Oh, I just made you disappear. Okay, there we go. And I call the October 27th meeting of the Board of Selectmen to order. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Hang on, that's fair. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yeah. I
Aye.
pledge allegiance
To the flag
of the United States of America and to the
And to the
republic for
for
which it stands, one nation, under God,
God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
justice for all.
Hard to be in sync when you're not in the same room together.
Approval of minutes.
I read the minutes and I make a motion to get approved as written.
Seconded.
Motion's been made by Ron and seconded by Skip to approve the minutes as written. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, hearing none, they're approved. All right, I'm just checking real quick to see if there's any citizens' comments. I checked earlier, but I didn't check exactly an hour before. So I'm checking now. And there's none. Okay. So we'll move on to correspondence and announcements. I got a notice, received a notice from Robin Baracott, the principal engineer of the Connecticut Department of Transportation, to let us know that the local bridge program for the fiscal year 21 funding application window ends on November 30th. I received an email from Vicki Schwery from the Tricentennial Committee. Hi, Tracy. The committee would like to discuss the attached document on the plans for the Tricentennial celebration. We just want to be sure we are not violating anything and would like your thoughts. We have a lot of people give us some ideas, and we have run into the problem of not enough people to complete them. The attached is what they think would be a great celebration. They would like to know, they would like to come to the next Board of Selectmen's meeting, so we'll put them on the agenda for the next meeting. And they asked about the Connecticut State Police for, excuse me, for traffic control. So just a description of what they are. They'll be here next weekend to go over it more, but this is just to give you guys a heads up of what they have in mind in case you have more questions or ideas about it when they come next week or next meeting, sorry. The bulk of the celebration will be a 2 to 3 day event on May 21st to the 23rd on 2021. This is not in any order of what they are planning, but they have fireworks, a band with entertainment, maybe 2 bands, a barbecue, settlers and reenactors from King Philip's War, food trucks, games, axe wood exhibition, antique machines and antique cars, tentative with the Birds of Prey or old time fiddlers, and other things. In April, they're planning a cleanup around the rec field. The Youth Service Bureau is planning a fishing tournament and possibly some other events and attractions, cornhole tournament, bounce house, vendor tables. Some of the questions they have is traffic control, where they can park, access for water and electricity, and any questions. Some things that they are wondering about for costs are porta potties, fireworks, traffic control, reenactors, and wood exhibitors. So
When they say wood exhibitors, are we talking about chainsaw carving or something else?
I don't know.
Probably, Skip.
I'm just guessing.
Yeah. I can't see any other kind of carving that they would try to do it. Well, who knows? We'll find
Yeah.
out.
Yep,
Okay.
but just come with ideas and questions for them next time. Next meeting. All right, this is from, this is a letter that I received today in an email. It's actually addressed to Secretary McCaw of the Office of Policy and Management. Dear Secretary McCaw, pursuant to Section 32(9)J of the Connecticut General Statutes, I am providing with you the 2020 Connecticut's Distressed Municipalities List. The Department of Economic and Community Development, DECD, has designated the following 25 communities as distressed. Voluntown is on this list. The above, I'm not going to name them all. If you want to know, it'll be written down. The above municipalities receive this designation based upon their ranking in the areas of per capita income, change in per capita income, the percentage of poverty in the population, the change in population between 2000 and 2010, the change in employment between 2009 and 2019, the unemployment rate, the percentage of housing stock built before 1939, the percent of adults aged 25 and older with a high school degree or higher, and the adjusted equalized grand net per capita. So that's a whole huge math problem right there. But so we fell into the distressed municipalities, which does give us.
I was going to say, what does that trigger?
This gives us more of an opportunity to receive grants. Like there's some grant funding out there that the priority goes to distressed municipalities before it goes to other places. So we just have to keep an eye on those grants. It'll be good for probably Board of Ed stuff too. I'll forward it over to the school. I got a letter from the Southeastern Connecticut Cultural Coalition. They are partners in arts and cultural, and they're asking for a voluntary service fee for $350. I need to review this more because I don't really know what they do. It does say for municipalities, they do stuff for research data, monthly newsletter, cultural connections, municipal services. They have plan of conservation development on as a municipal service. Cultural districts, customized municipal reporting. I don't know, I gotta look at this more because they do stuff out of CCOG because that's where all the Southeastern Connecticut towns are. So they do all their reports and updating at CCOG meetings. So I not really familiar with what they do. If anyone wants to look at it, I can email it to you too. And I think that's all I have for correspondence. Did you guys have anything?
No.
No.
Okay. All right, so we have board and committee reports, and we'll get a finance report from our finance director.
We received the library grant for the COVID money, $21,264, and that's for the library to do anything to make upgrades to make it more feasible for people to social distance, to put outside furniture or something to do outside places, anything they can think of, PPE or any services that could help the community for COVID reasons. So we received the money this week and we just have to give weekly reports on what to spend it on. And we have to spend it by December 31st. So Emily is working on that.
Is this the library board of trustees?
Yep.
They need to
The
decide
library-
what to spend it on?
Emily's working on a list right now and she's gonna work with the library board of trustees on what they're gonna decide to approve it on. They're looking at maybe upgrading to the Send network to get their IT network upgraded. Hands-free dryers and the hands-free water in the bathroom, so you don't have to touch everything. She's looking at a bunch of different things, but she'll go on meetings once every Friday to go over that, to figure out which ones they're actually gonna put at the top of the list and approve. And then the CRF funding, our reports are due Friday. So I have to input all the invoices and all the expenses that the town has had up to June 30th for our COVID expenses. The town gets 14,008 something, 893, I can't remember exactly. So we have to put in all the invoices for that. And then there'll be another round for up to September 30th, where we'll get possibly more money, but that hasn't been announced yet, how they're gonna work that one. I think that's it for the grant stuff this week.
Okay. Any questions or anything for Julie?
Oh,
Okay.
I'm good.
All right, we're on to old business. The COVID-19 update. That's where most of my mail is at. Since the last meeting, the governor has passed two executive orders, 9G and 9H. Yeah. And 9G. Let's see, 9G gave the municipal authority to revert to, okay. So 9G gives us the power to revert back to phase 2 operations. Right now, the governor has us in phase 3, which is larger gatherings for businesses, indoors and out. This gives us the power to revert back to phase 2 if we feel that there's an elevated case rate, which some towns are doing if they get in the red. So that's an option we have there. And then Executive Order 9H had a couple of things in it, but the main one I wanted to mention was it actually recognizes the hybrid meetings. Gives the town the option to do hybrid meetings. They had to put this in an executive order because according to the state statutes, a meeting is defined as the in-person meeting. And then they had the executive order that gave the option of a remote meeting, but there was no clear statute or executive order for hybrid meetings. So that's what that one is. We already did that at the last meeting with our meeting policies and everything, and I did forward all those to boards and committees. Since the last meeting, we were notified that we needed to have someone on paper as the enforcer for the town, the COVID rules enforcer. So what I did, I talked to Jody Grenier, who's our emergency management director, and we decided that him and I would be on paper as being the enforcers, so that there's two of us making the decisions and the actions together. So we did that, and as part of that, we had to go to a webinar about how to write police tickets. because that's one of the things the governor has been putting down for the enforcers to do. Not only the enforcers, but Uncas Health also has the power now to write tickets and was there to learn how to do tickets. I made the point clear at this meeting that I asked where the state got the idea of it being a good idea for people that don't have a law enforcement background to be showing up at private residences and businesses in their personal vehicle and regular clothes to write tickets. So I didn't really get an answer for that question. But that's where we are. And we haven't gotten the tickets yet, but we have access to them. So. There's community testing sites because we're surrounded by red towns right now. Sterling is the same as us, so all around us in Sterling are red towns. We kind of fall into the priority population for that reason. If people are looking for community testing sites, they can always call 211. They do have the most recent ones there. They can go to the 211 website. They also have them there. And I've put all this information on the town website. There's a section about COVID testing where when I get notices of local pop-up testing, they'll be on the website there, and all the links to the 211 testing map. And the state also has a priority testing map too for areas that are in red and orange zones. So that's all on the website. Let's see. We also have access to the Connecticut Alert E911 by Everbridge. This gives us the opportunity to send out a reverse 911 call to everyone in town. If we move into a red level and want to let people know. So we have that option to do it.
So so for something like that, what's the criteria?
To do the E911,
Yeah, the reverse 911 call.
I'll read you the first, there's a whole like checklist of stuff here.
Oh, okay. So there is criteria already spelled out. I was
Yeah.
asking, did we have to come up with criteria?
No, they gave us a whole, I can forward it to you.
Okay.
It's a whole copy of like what to say, how to do it, all based on the COVID. So to let people know you're in a red alert, to tell them where to go testing if they want to get tested. So it's all here. Lastly, about the COVID, there's the governor's office and the Department of Housing has a survey out there created for landlords. I know we do have some in town for residential landlord survey so they can understand how the COVID is impacting landlords. So I'm going to share that on the website and on social media for anyone that has rental properties in town. And as another part of the rental property, there's also Connecticut has a temporary rental housing assistance program for phase 2. So people can apply starting October 26th, which was Monday. I'm going to post this once I can figure out how to turn it into an image. So that information will be on the website as well.
Do you have that document as a, as a digital document?
I have it as a PDF and,
Okay, I'll show you how to do it. It's real simple.
okay. It's like, I know how to do it on my Mac, but I don't know how to do it on this one.
It's easy. It'll take 2 minutes. I can show you after the meeting.
Oh, cool. Thank you. And that's what I have on COVID. I'm probably forgetting a whole lot of stuff. So if you have any questions or anything, just let me know. No questions?
Nope.
Okay. All right, so next is the drought. So since the last meeting, the USDA has recognized our area as a drought area. And that opened up funding, grants, loans for farmers in town. So I put that information out. Today, I just got a notice for the Small Business Administration is doing economic injustice disaster loans to small businesses, small agricultural cooperatives, small businesses engaged in agriculture, and private nonprofit organizations in New London County as a result of the drought that began on September 29th, 2020. So this gives funding available as well. And I think it loans. So that information will be published on the website under the droughts as well. There is on the website a whole section with drought information. So I've been putting stuff on there as it's been coming in. I've also been working with the state of Connecticut. They have a department that focuses on private wells, and I have a question and answer piece, like that people might ask about the drought. So I'm gonna put that on the website too. Like, is it okay to hire a water contract to fill my well with water if my well goes dry? And then the answer is no. So, and then an explanation. So there's a whole bunch of like question and answers that will be on the website as well. And that's all I have on the, we still have water at the firehouse. If you know of anyone that needs drinking water, we have cases of water there. They can stop by during the day between 9 and 4. It's good to call first so they make sure that they're not out on a call. But anyone can grab water that needs it, drinking water. So I don't know if you guys have heard anything from people about the drought, or if people are getting their water back or anything.
I
Yeah.
haven't heard anything.
I've heard less people saying that they're having issues.
Okay,
So I don't know if that's indicative of water's coming back. But in general, the number of people voicing that they've got a problem seems to have dropped off a little bit.
okay.
So do we want to do another survey to see?
That's what I was thinking. I'm gonna do another survey out there to find out if people's water is coming back or if what's going on. Because I haven't really heard of people needing showers or anything. I've heard of like one person, but I don't know if that's a need out there, because we do have options if it is. But I haven't really heard enough to think that it's a need. So that's why I was thinking of doing another survey.
Yeah, I think another survey is the right way, so we can, compare it to the first survey to see if, number of people saying they have issues is going up or down. That would be a good indicator.
We have the November newsletters going out in a couple of days, so I can throw one in there.
Okay.
Okay. And
Is there,
any-
real quick, Tracy, on that?
Yeah.
Was the survey anonymous, or were they, do we know who was submitting results on that?
it depends on if they were in the newsletter. If they were in the newsletter, it came back with their email. I did ask for ads or like street name, so it was mostly anonymous.
The only reason I'm asking is, if we had, what did we have, 50 something responses on the first one?
We had 100 and
Oh,
I think we had 142 responses.
142 responses. So if, let's say we had 200 responses on this one, but if we match up, if we had any way of matching up, if their number was higher, so that way we could see if it was how many net new versus just
I can
the
ask
same number
them,
of people.
I can ask that in a question if they responded before.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So if they previously reported a problem, so that way
Yeah.
we can compare, how many net new there are.
Yeah.
Because that would be, otherwise, if we got 200, but there were actually 300 people the first time, they only 142 responded, we'll have some indicator that way.
Okay. All right, so next is technology upgrade. This is for the meeting room for town hall video conferencing. Did I send this to you, Skip?
I don't think you did. I'm
I'll
double checking right now.
I'll forward this to you.
Yeah, please.
This was a quote to make the meeting room compatible for hybrid meetings. This makes it easier for anyone that thinks they can have a meeting with less than 10 people in the meeting room, for now anyway. It sets up a screen on the wall. It has the camera and the microphone all built into the room, so we don't have to try and figure out who has the equipment to do it. This could work better for when we do a town meeting too. I think there's ways to like if we do a town meeting like that's hybrid. Maybe not, it'd probably be the same either way, but.
Well, depends on the equipment for the VTC, video teleconference for the VTC suite.
Yeah.
Some of it will allow you to join in like Zoom or Google Meet or WebEx. Others, they give you they basically have their own version of Zoom so that
That's
people
what this
can
is.
drop in.
This is just the equipment to use Zoom. So it would be,
Okay,
it would be still using Zoom, but it's to do it.
it's
With
Zoom
more
compatible
people.
so that rather than us, whoever's there in the meeting room would be the host.
Yes, they
Yeah.
would be the host, and that makes it easier for when there's people, if there's people that don't have, like that are on boards and committees, probably that don't want to have the technology at home, if they're comfortable, a couple of them being in there. It works that way. It works for like the it's also can be used down the line for many things too. If we continue with the broadcasting of the meetings, it makes it easier that way too. So,
Well, also, if we continue with hybrid meetings
yeah,
as an option, I think that is an opportunity for civic engagement. If we make it easier for people to be on a board or commission, because getting to town hall for a meeting is a challenge, I think that could help us there long term as well.
yeah.
Sorry, Ron.
Yeah.
He's being awfully quiet. So we got a quote on it. It's for the screen. It's a 85-inch screen.
There was two options, a 75-inch and an 85-inch, wasn't there?
Oh, yeah, yep, there's a 75-inch or an 85-inch. The 75-inch is obviously cost less. $2,578 for the 75-inch and $4,116 for the 85-inch. So that would knock money off too. There's a wall mount, a surge protector, a camera, a microphone, a cable, two cables.
Is there a computer, is there a desktop computer as part of that quote?
No,
Or do we need to provide that? Because we would need that if we wanted to share out anything. So if there's a presentation.
yeah, there's no laptop in this, so it should be compatible to, because it has the wall plate switch and receiver with an audio out, an audio enhancement, classroom 4-speaker sound system, metallic raceway, and extra deep 2-gang device box. I have no clue what that is.
It's an electrical box and that for an outlet.
Okay.
Yeah, send me the quote and we can go over it.
Yeah, okay.
One of the things we'd have to figure out is orientation of the meeting room. 'Cause
Yeah,
we'd have to have a good placement for the screen.
we were thinking the screen on the back wall over the cabinet, that big cabinet there
Okay,
on the back wall over that.
so we'd have to move, we can discuss it in more detail, but
Yeah.
there'd be some logistics that we'd have to figure out on orientation and use of the room.
Yeah,
I just emailed it to you, so.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Tracy, would that be reimbursable from the state or the federal
that's
government?
what we're waiting to see. Excuse me. We're waiting to see what's going on with, if there's another round of grant funding. Because right
All right.
now, we only have it up to what we spent ending, I think the end of September.
Yeah, September 30th. Right now, we don't know of any other grants after September 30th.
So we're waiting to see if we get
Good.
that. But there's a possibility. Okay. Next is tax refunds. I got a request from the tax collector for tax refunds. Deborah Armstrong, 1898, Honda Lease Trust, $422.38. James Stowe, $110.41 and $184.61. Rebecca Ann William Roble, $20.45, and Toyota Lease Trust, $79.16.
I make a motion, we give the tax refunds as requested by the tax collector.
Seconded.
Okay, so there was a motion made by Ron and seconded by Skip to refund the tax refunds as suggested by the tax collector. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Hearing none. They are approved for refund. All right, driveway permit. Ron.
All right, I looked at one on Brown Road. I make a motion that it be accepted by the board because it was done the way I asked to have it done, and I make include in the motion we return his $1,000 bond.
Okay.
Second the motion.
Okay, so Ron made the motion and Skip seconded it to approve the driveway and return the bond for Brown Road. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Hearing none. It's approved and refunded. Okay, anything else?
Nope, I make a motion to adjourn.
Second,
All right, motion's been made by Ron and seconded by Skip to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, hearing none, and the meeting is adjourned.
Good
Thank you.
evening, ladies. Thank you.
Good
And
night.
Skip. Bye.